Okay, so this gate we're just about to come through is the re-entry road gate. So it means if you want to go around again at the last port of call, we'll be back up here between 4 and 4:15, I'm guessing. And this gate closes at 4:45, so you still will have a bit of time to jump back here guys if you want to go around. If not, then you can spend the rest of the afternoon up here. Probably see the over on my left hand side, so we won't waste any time here because obviously we're going to get a little bit closer.
They're taking them out there then.
In a different area.
Can't do what he's saying.
They're in a different area. We don't push to them off. That's just why you should worry about it now.
Alright, pal.
Have a word with Wanda. So this is Wanda. She's one
You
of
like to
our
wander.
females. The females are the grey feathered ones. And the black feathered ones are the males. I'm not sure where he is. He's probably hiding somewhere from his ladies. He has 3 ladies somewhere. These guys are the fastest on 2 legs on land. They can reach speeds around 40 miles an hour.
Thank you.
It's not their beaks you want to worry about. It's actually their toes. So they're quite careful just disemboweling him. So it's probably not a good idea to get out here. Which is what we do get a lot of people doing. That's why we drive around. You'll see a lot of our orange Land Rovers dropped around the place. They're really there to save the idiots from getting themselves killed. Basically. Yeah. There's not a lot going on in that head of theirs. Their brain's about the size of a pea, so... Sometimes it comes up and affects the reflection on the
What's it said about you? I just think of your tongue when I see that.
How does that at all?
It's an ostrich.
Later.
They race them, don't they? They ride them and race them in actually the hour one train. Oh, you were joking, is that what? No. I'd have jumped out. I'd take the chance of doing ostrich and months every day. Just shut the door behind you. Yeah, well. That's a moth. Another one. Oh, no, it's the same one.
There's another one there, yeah.
They've got loads.
Yeah.
I could have took a picture myself now. I wouldn't look at her. There we go.
I feel like like it's going to put its head in at me. It is!
Coming.
It's only a beak.
Yeah, I don't know.
Coming.
I can't even tell what glasses is it?
Goodbye. Hello.
Its feet are big, aren't they?
Can you photos? Take a picture of me. I'm posing beautifully, aren't I?
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't really hold much of a conversation with them, I'm afraid.
She's trying.
All right. Any pictures?
Yeah.
I thought you were right about the brain being size of a pea. Piece of glass, hole, peck the glass. Oh, it's getting fed.
It had like an ear thing or something that you could wear rather than keep speaking.
Listen to us, does he?
This is better because it's being fresh. You just drive wherever you like. We did take nice pictures of them. We're just going right on the road.
But you look, they're not black, are they? They're actually brown, aren't they? They are beautiful. They're just standing still. We did open the little door, the window for me. Taking that.
We've got a lucky picture because we just
Here, weren't they?
Yeah. Lovely ears, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they are brown, aren't
That's
they?
a zebra. And a zebra, I can tell you either way. Can you still hear me all right?
They're quite big, aren't
Good. And you may or may not know that those stripes actually serve a very important purpose in avoiding capture. Because actually it acts like an optical illusion. So if you have them all grouped together, the predators, so a lion for instance stalking these animals, would find it very difficult to separate them out. And of course, as you know, with any predators, they've got to single one out for capture. And so as they're running, the herd's trying to split it this way and that way, and of course the hunt is over. So that's one of the reasons why the success rate of a lion, for instance, is only about 25%, 25 to 30%. So you'd be like me, sort of, I don't know, with a piece of white paper with a load of black stripes. I started waving in front of your eyes, and within 10 seconds you're going to start saying, "Oh, put it."
That's
So
weird.
it has that kind of effect. And also, actually, this, you look very close. It's not black. It's actually deep brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've been making zebra crossings wrong all these years.
Yeah.
We've got national lion. Who's going to survive? Oh, because it's not food everywhere, is there? Can't do this in your car, can you?
Hey, can't.
Get told you.
And then if you look on your left hand and right hand side, should I say, you'll see some more antelope. These are called eland. They're the largest antelope species in the world. And you can see some little ones. So the youngest one, I believe, now is just up past its 3rd week. And we've got Dad, who's called Luigi somewhere. He's probably having a quiet time to himself. I suspect when you've got 9 wives, you have to take some time out every now and again and listen. So that's why he's probably hiding in the shed somewhere.
I wonder if some of them have got ear tags. Only one's got an ear tag, hasn't it? Nobody else.
It's beautiful, that, isn't it?
That is nice.
And it's incredible how many people do actually go in their vehicles to walk across the grass, or attempt to walk across the grass. As we're going around, you notice that none of these animals have moved away from us.
Oh, steady.
So what that tells you is that they've lost the fear of humans. So unlike the counterparts out in the wild, as you know, most animals, in fact probably all animals out in the national habitat, they have an inbuilt fear of humans. In a country environment like ours, they've lost that fear, so potentially it makes them more dangerous.
Oh, there's the boy or
Just a quick look at Angus, where it's going. Here we go, this is the pigeon. So this is male, black pigeon. This is female as well.
I'm a little bit concerned.
I'm not getting out.
Come round the other side.
Not impressed. Big eyes, aren't they?
I was going to actually turn around, so.
Oh, who's going to turn around?
Get ready to take off, will it? Did you see it?
Cool though, they're all just chilling all around the same area, isn't it?
Yeah.
How they've been.
Probably thinks I've got out of house again.
Someone's standing before the roads.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Say cheese.
It's like he's been sunburned. Isn't he? Like he's been sunburned.
Just turned away though, right?
Yeah, big bird.
I'm not happy, are you? Dirty cow.
Oh, let's drink that.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Stuck his face in here then way.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Yeah, the lions. It was all the lions. Yeah, no, so no tigers. Yeah.
This is the big fella on the right hand side, Luigi. That's how big they grow to. Oh, good boy.
Little brown ones, big horns. Not bothered at all.
Okay, so these are Ankoli cattle, wild-bred cattle that have been basically taken out to be used as domestic farm animals by tribes are the Ankoli tribe, which were the original tribe that took them out. But you've probably heard of the Maasai tribe. That's in Tanzania, Uganda, that neck of the woods. And what they've actually farmed them for is predominantly for the milk in their blood. You might have seen the documentaries where what they do is they file it around into the vein, extract the amount of blood, and then basically just seal the wound with a bit of ash for the next time. So they don't actually kill the animal. And we can try some lead if you want. It's full of iron.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
So is Guinness, right? I'm not that partial Guinness, but I think if I had a choice of pint of warm blood or Guinness, it might be Guinness, I think. But I mean, we have them here because everybody comes to size the horns. You tend generally not to see, you know, when you see herds of dairy cows up and down the motorway on the fields, no horns on them.
No.
That's probably because they've been killed off at birth, what they call safety, health and safety. So, I mean, these guys tend to grow the biggest horns of any cattle species in the world, along with your water buffalo. These are not particularly long. I've seen a lot longer than these. So we've got, what have we got? We've got Norvis, who was a dad. And then we've got Thor. I don't know where to get this name from. And then that's Daisy, the mother.
There's always a Daisy the girl. Sorry.
How are you doing today?
Hello, John.
Danny, the key pad, like key lock thingy on the bathroom door in the arm's broken again. You wouldn't be able to work your magic on it again, could you? Bear with me. Raiders from RJ. Come here, mate.
Terrible. We all have these cameras and all we use are our phones, isn't it?
I don't even know where my camera is anymore.
No.
It's supposed to be video thing.
Yeah, it's all up here.
Yeah. Imagine spending your life just...
Hey man, yeah, sounds fun.
Totally, yeah.
Oh, look at the size of that. Wowzer. Look at that for a horn.
I hope she's in a good mood today. Good girl, Miriam.
Yeah, I want to fight that.
Miriam.
So this is Miriam, 34 years old now. Her lifespan is about 45 to 50. And then over there we've got Bonnie. She's 6. The university called Bonnie. She's 6. Just come from Scotland.
Look at her.
Bonnie's from Scotland. And then in front of us we've got
His
Mackenzie.
mouth.
Proper African name.
It's like a very
That's
saggy
she's actually
vagina.
come from a private game reserve in
Yeah, it
Southern
says
Africa
on
about
the
10, 15 years ago.
His
Since we
feet.
performed the breeding program. The only trouble is we've had no youngsters born because Kai, who's the male, he spent the last 10 years eating and sleeping, unfortunately. We've got 3 good ladies here. So yeah. I mean, we've built a brand new £1 million house for the purpose of our breeding, etc. And we've had no return on investment. And the reason why he's not here, you might have seen as you're driving around in a separate paddock, is because he's a zoo animal and he's had no experience with cars. No experience with cars, and so when we put him to the test, unfortunately he failed. I was clocking up just over 30 miles an hour on my Land Rover when he was chasing me down the road. He's just shy of 3 tons, about 240 tons, so he's a big boy. And you would not want that hurtling down, chasing in your car, tell you. It's just behind the rig. So, yeah, so about 45 to 50. These are white rhino. Nothing to do with the colour of the skin. It's all to do with the shape of the mouth. The Afrikaans word bit, translated which means wide, and that refers to shape of the mouth. So if we were conversing in Afrikaans, we refer to these two as wide-lipped rhinos. And the word bit's just been turned from bit to white basically. Because you can clearly see they're not white, they're grey. The difference between these and the blacks are habitat. So these are pure graze, as you can see they're just grazing away all day, that's what they do for a living. And the black rhinos are more sort of a hood-shaped mouth, and they're what they call browsers. totally different. And you won't find, I haven't found a black runner drive-through like this because they are much more aggressive, very short fuse. And there might be a smaller cousin, but they still weigh around 2 tons and run 30 miles an hour. They can still double the cost. So the sense of smell and hearing is acute, excellent, but their eyesight, you know, you can get with about 20-30 paces these guys. What was the common thing
This one right here.
Imagine being chased by one of them.
Not really, feeling like I'm only about 6.5 miles, 7 miles on a good day.
How many with her?
Yeah. Didn't do a very good job of flattening the grass as it goes, though, does it? Still bumpy.
Okay, so the first section we're going to go into is the tigers. 5 years ago we had 4 tigers here, so Mum Vera is her name, gave birth to 2 highly valuable female cubs. And about 18 months ago they were both sent to 2 different breeding programs. One in Europe and the other one went to Badham Zoo. I don't know if you've ever heard of Badham Zoo. It's a small place up in Norfolk. And we've since heard that the one in Norfolk, in Badham, is actually giving birth to two highly important cubs as well. The reason why I'm saying that these are Siberian or Amur tigers, and you may not know that their numbers
So you've had
are
a couple of drinks out there,
extremely
Andrew?
low. They reckon the best can probably no more than about 550, and the worst around 300 up in the wild. So, you know, whatever we can do to try and secure their future within a breeding program in captivity, it's got to be good for the species, I'm guessing. However, we've had I had a bit of a tragedy 4 weeks ago. The male had to be put down. I had pretty serious bladder work problems, so when they operated him they found out it was too far gone, so the counselling was to have to put down. So it means we're back down to 1. The good side, if there's such a good side, I don't know, is that these are strictly social animals. But so even when we have the male here, you never put the 2 together. The only time you see more than 1 tiger is if you've got a mother with cubs, or a male following a female in season. Out of season, they're all separate. So she's quite happy wandering around here by herself. The only time she might miss another one is, you know, when she comes to season. But we're already in talks to replace Elsa, that was the name, with another male at some point. So it won't be soon. I'm not going to get too close to Vera because tigers have a history of attacking vehicles. I think the last 5-6 years between her and Elton, when he was alive, they've destroyed around 35 to 40 guest cars.
Oh!
So,
I never saw a when we drove through it earlier.
So if they come round again later on, just be ready.
We came round earlier, but we couldn't see her anyway.
So we've just got to try and find her now.
Drove up slow.
All this for 1. All this area for 1.
Came here last year and it was just walking up and down in that over there.
Must be around here because these ones stop for the research, I think. Did anyone see him?
No.
She must be around here somewhere, because they're staring at something. Come on. We've got to find out from the...
Oh, he's pointing up that way.
You see a tiger?
He's pointing up that way.
Over here.
That's what he's pointing.
Sorry, did you say there's one over here?
No, the man in the thing pointed.
Oh, the girl.
Yeah. Pointing.
Probably in the tree, jumped and took it.
Don't scream. It'd be like a bit of Jurassic Park, wouldn't it?
It's just here, guys, on the left-hand side. And she's very close to us, probably closer than I want to be. So I take... No. Vera! Let me just go around this side.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Good girl. She was twitching there.
Yes, we are, yeah.
She just wants some peace.
Okay, so...
Yeah, man, just give her a ball of wool. Isn't it?
Have a string.
Yeah. Ping pong ball.
I've just got a phone call. She didn't know what time to start, so I'll get back to 8 o'clock.
Quick,
Yeah,
sharp
I'll
steps.
get tomorrow. Get that whole thing tomorrow. Yeah, okay,
Alright, guys. She's in a fairly good mood at the moment, I think, but she was twitching a little bit. Can you all see her?
Yeah. Oh, she's looking this way.
Good girl, Vera. Good girl.
Hello there.
So she's now 9 years old. I mean, the lifespan in the wild is probably about 12, 13 for females. And the males tend to live a probably shorter lifespan, between 8 and 10. Because this is quite a more harsh environment for the boys, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
When she had her cubs, by the way, she kicked them out of her territory by the age of 2, which is quite normal.
I don't think I'd tell it off
So
if
the
she won't.
mothers are determined when to get rid of their kids. Which, I mean, that's pretty. It's a pretty harsh environment for them if you think about it. They've got to be able to hunt at the tender age of 2. Otherwise, they could they may well not survive. So infant mortality rate is quite high. And also come with the fact that I said with the lions it's about 25% success rate. With these guys it's about a 10% success rate. Because you know with the hunt, so it's one of us
You've got a really good one. You've got a good camera, obviously. She's seen some fun. For us, probably.
Well, taking that, I suppose. Sure.
Yeah, but that's a beautiful
Just as she.
Yeah.
Good girl. She's giving us a bit of a serious look at the moment.
Just get out of our space.
Sure.
She's yawning. You got that picture.
Yours.
I got that one, yeah. Snapped it at the right time, didn't I? That's why we couldn't see it earlier on. Yeah, because we were back. Any time.
Oh, look at that. That's just exactly how it looks like me. I know.
Did you
Give me a kiss.
Really
I
good
know.
case, isn't it? Yeah.
One of them's like massive. Yeah, because she's look at that.
Where'd you going?
A lot of yawning going on.
Just stay there.
Yeah, I'm quite tempted having dinner walking around next door, isn't there?
Take away, aren't we?
No, I meant for all the other animals just oh, isn't she?
She has to sit and watch.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah, that's nice. Sounds like.
She's got quite a big enclosure though, isn't she?
Sun shining right.
Just a wee bit.
Look after.
It's like monkeys have been up here.
Imagine wandering into it in the air after an night out. Yes, now you're drunk. There's my monkey picture, look. This is what's
So, quite lucky here. We've got the wolves and the bears out together.
Did you see the wolves earlier? Yeah. All out together.
So these North American black bears and North American timber wolves.
Where did we see the cops? We saw the little cops, didn't
So this on the right hand side. Right, so the darker coloured one in front of me, so that's the sister, and then you got the silver coloured one up ahead, and he's called Aquila.
My goodness, he's getting close to him.
He's eating something. Hello,
Oh.
Hello, Chucky boy.
Right next to him. Stand up, I'm lost. It's right here. Good.
And then here on the right hand side we've got Chuck, and he's a castrated male because there's only room for one entire male, and he's called Xanthos. We're not quite sure where he is at the moment. The big boss.
No, what is
He's got like kibble on it. Where's that? He's got there to eat, like kibble or something.
Peanuts and dog food.
It's like fried dog food, isn't it?
Are you in your dog food?
His claws.
almost looks like his guard in it.
There's the others are coming.
Oh look, it's probably coming through the tree. Coming through the tree.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, he says this is my food. Clear all.
Oh, little baby one.
Oh look.
So this that little one there is called Denver. Her mum, and that's Indiana, her mum. Because we got two wolves in here, when these girls are pregnant we have to put them inside a side pen, and the reason for that is that if we let them give birth out here, the wolves are going to almost certainly kill the cub. So if you do come around later on and you see a bear in one of the side pens over there near that shed, she's got 4 cubs in there. I haven't seen them for a while. But they'll stay in that side pen for about a year until about Denver's size. So Denver's only just been let out of the side pen on this side.
Yeah, it's like you came in, wouldn't it, Catherine? She was in that separate pen.
He's got loads of monkey nuts.
Yes.
Chewing nuts out.
Look, he's done it, so none of the others can get it. Not to mine. Yeah. The arms around it.
Yeah, what he's trying to tell you is not sharing.
Yeah.
That's what the old dog used to have when we had with a bone, you know, she's taller than you can near my bone.
Hold on tight, bit bumpy.
All the birds are coming down, trying to see the swim. Now we've gone.
And the birds.
That's why he's wrapping his paws around.
sunbathing.
Go for that. That is Annie. Oh, yes.
I love it.
Oh.
It's so uncouth.
Quick. Till they.
She's rolled over and get a
I
picture.
tell you, this is the life, isn't it? Have they moved since you last saw them?
I should have a picture of that.
Exactly.
No.
So, lions tend to sleep for about 20 odd hours a day, that's the females. And the males about 22 hours a day. And as you probably noticed, the females that do the hunting. So the males eat first and then go back to sleep, and then the females take over. So here we've got a pride of 10 lions.
Upside down.
And you'll be forgiven for thinking. That's not what I was saying. Yeah, you'll be forgiven for thinking that that 3 of them are males and we got 7 females. And that's because 2 of the ones that look like females have actually been castrated. And when you castrate a male lion, the mane falls out.
Oh, so that big one's
So you can see there's one at this far end looking the other way.
Yeah.
Particularly big one. He's enormous. He's 255 kilos. His weight the other day. He's actually male. So he looked like these ones here, which look like males because they are males. But they've been castrated as well. So if you came back another 10 weeks time, you find that these 3 that have got the mane will have lost it.
Okay.
Because it's the hormones that cause the hair growth. And once the hormones are gone, the hair drops out. So the reason why we've done that is it's quite unusual to have so many males being born. Obviously when you go down the breeding program, you can't
Must come out
determine
your
male or female when they're born.
There's
It is what it is.
there's none in this coat.
So basically we've got 5 males which are surplus requirements in terms of breeding. So if that's the case, you can't let them grow to maturity because they're going to start belting hell out of each other for dominance. The second, they're going to start trying to breed with their aunties and mothers, sisters, so on and so forth. So by castrating them, what it means is it stops all of that. You may well notice that there's no big dominant male there, and that's because he's actually been sent off to Flamingo Zoo or Safari Park. I don't know if you've heard of it up north.
Yeah.
So what that means is that it gives about a year or so without any argy-bargy, because if Dad was still here, we'd be starting to try to drive his boys out now. And what it means that once we know we're happy that there's no trace of any male hormones anywhere within the pride, that's the time to introduce another male. And usually what happens is that the male doesn't view the castrated males as a challenge, as a threat. So that's sort of in a year or 2 down the road.
20 hours a day. Let's look at the size of that foot.
What makes me chuckle, they've got one of the biggest sections here for one of the least active species. This is almost the size of London Zoo here. 36 acres of London Zoo, this is 33 acres. But you know, there is a seriousness behind this. Remember I told you earlier on, the success rate is only about 25%. So what they're doing is actually conserving energy for the next hunt. So unlike us, you know, we pretty much know we can eat when we like. Lions have no idea where the next meal is coming from. So they're able to gorge themselves an awful lot of food without bringing it up again. You know, if we gorge ourselves, we'd probably get sick. So an adult male can eat the equivalent of around 75 16-ounce gram steaks in a sitting and keep it down. And I'm sure if I did that, I wouldn't want to eat for a month. So their feeding ratio is based on that. So they get fed on a Wednesday and again on a Sunday. So obviously we're fed yesterday, and they won't be fed again until Sunday. You can clearly see they're not exactly thin. And also it's not good for them, you know, for them to be eating food on a daily basis. The digestive system is not made it that way.
I just assumed they'd have a good sleep.
No, she just looks like, oh, cuddle.
Like cats. You know what?
So if he's thinking, only wants one of you.
Oh, look, wait, get a picture of that. No, wait, stop, don't move, Mr. Lamb.
I mean, it would be fantastic if we had 5 entire males. You can imagine fully grown, mature males here. It would be fantastic, but in reality we can't do that.
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I don't have to wait much longer. You're not going to eat me.
Lovely place.
It is, isn't it? And look at all those behind. That's my picture.
Just watch you go there. Oh,
Hello.
keeping an eye on us. Goodness.
Looks more like a bear.
It doesn't look a bear.
Yeah. Is that one of their fossils?
Yeah, I want to find
It's the
that
boring
Australian.
Got your work cut out there, Steve.
They do look like cats though. Look at that one there, the way it's laid.
It's just, you know, when you walk in the bedroom and they're sprawled out in the bed. That one.
I'm afraid that's about as much movement you're going to see today. Well, they've walked all of 400 metres from the house today, and that's as far as they've got. And then they've got to walk all the way back tonight, so they're just conserving the energy for the walk back.
I think it was a little box thing up there, wasn't it? With some straw, and I don't know if that's where it is. At that point, there look.
Almost got on.
Just behind them trees over there.
Yeah, it's very peaceful, isn't it?
Some film. Well, some.
give me a couple of seconds. These giraffes can't make their minds up whether they want to be out or in the moment, so we'll keep them inside. If they're inside, then we'll go upstairs.
I mean, watching these, I've had these robins, as I said, about 8 weeks, and we've been watching them go in and out, building the nest, and they've done it on my climbing hydrangea behind a mirror, so no one can get to it. And then he played the video back the other day, and a fox had gone up there and scratched it on the nest. I was crying.
Yeah, let's blast you guys upstairs as quick as you can. So let's do it. Come on, when you get to the bottom to the top, just have yourself in this sort of thing. Come on, slowly do it. And then just say, okay? Just say, good boys, good girls. Come on, giraffes, come on.
Hello there. Good boy. Hello.
So you will have a piece here, guys. There's no two rooms, and as long as you keep the rounds coming over, you'll stay. So help yourselves.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are very much like ladies. And the office box of chocolates are there. As soon as the chocolate's gone,
Here you go.
I'm not generalising, am I suppose? There we go. So this is the surprise, guys. You weren't expecting this, were you? Let's be honest. One at a time. And get on the tape, You just take one.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, one at a time.
That's all right. You can have a go. You can have a go.
Hey.
You really do. Oh.
Have you done one or two, Trey?
Just keep it coming.
Yes.
That's nice.
Some more. There's one in the middle there, look. Some more.
So this one's Savannah. I don't know all the names. And she's the oldest one. I don't know
Nope.
who she is because she's got a very dark
Got the
face.
stick as well there.
She's 23 years old. You can look at the colour of their tongues, by the way. There's a reason behind it. Actually helps protect against sunburn. Because obviously it's sticking out all the time. They can measure around 25 centimetres.
One side, didn't he? Want some more? Want some? Yeah, yeah.
So these are all the girls in this side and then the last side. These there, because it's
A couple left on there.
Very strong, aren't they?
Could do one of these. Some bushes.
Shrugging that, aren't they?
Maybe one of these youngest ones.
So they range from now 5 all the way to this golf place, which is
No leaves left.
and then Casper next door was 18. The lifespan is anywhere between 20 and 25. Most times I don't realise that full potential out there and the wild stuff up there. I've figured it all depends on their lifestyle as well, accommodation and space as well. So here, pets like ours, we're fully expecting to live a
Dick stroking a giraffe. That's amazing, isn't it?
Trey.
Yeah, there's usually...
Have you managed to get to straw?
No, I haven't now.
And try.
This
Come on. Yeah, no.
But she's got to start now. But she's a greedy one, but you need to feed her if you want to touch her as well.
I'm going to take you in with it.
You don't see me touching her.
It's funny, isn't it?
If you hold back, she'll shoot them off.
So hold it to help
Yeah,
you.
there you go, let's see.
Oh, you're going to pull us over with her in a minute.
Yeah, next.
You're greedy.
No, not really nice. How rude, yeah.
I didn't realise I liked that bit.
Try another one.
You want the actual? You want the actual thing? You want the actual? You want any of that? Ah, it's actually grating it off. See it, Trey? Sticking its teeth on and sliding it down.
And there was a big one.
Yeah, he's next door.
If you need cars, and then
They're all his neighbours.
they're all female.
Yeah. So this actually got in the plantation.
It was so strong that he pulled me.
Oh, bloody hell. Some back? No? No bother about the back? No? Nothing?
Yeah,
You
it's
just
all
want
soggy now.
you just want the leaves, do you?
Yeah, it's just sap. It's a sap. Yeah, give us. She'll have to go then.
If she pulls it now, it's going to slip straight out.
The youngest one's range from 5.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, I'm not sure, but remember they're already 2 meters of height.
Ooh, nice bit of back there. Oh.
What's the life expectancy?
And then in the wild, you've
I can't believe you can stroke a giraffe.
plays like the road.
It's proper strip in it. Oh, it's pit.
I'm surprised that down here, this is really late today. I'm surprised that stuff about actually later.
Yeah, when we came earlier, they were full.
Call it giraffe spit.
The way they strip that block up.
It's amazing.
Have they got teeth top and bottom or just dab?
There's a bit more there.
Like sheep and goats.
You got it? Yep.
I'm enjoying that.
I think you've got all that. Oh, a tiny bit there. Yeah.
You know.
There's a bit on that. A little bit that side. You know, let me try on that bit. It's not on that bit. Honestly.
I mean, in the wild, they wouldn't necessarily run debarking the plantation. You can't think obviously it's going to kill it. But then out there, they've got plenty of bees.
Yeah, she's got some with back. I'm not.
They only eat above, they don't eat.
No, I mean, they're normally up the place. And also remember that if they're constantly up the height, then they're not vulnerable to attack.
It's just eating. It's just like a constant.
That's what they're going to get done.
I said to her, it sounds like it felt like horse.
Yeah, pal. Ooh, honey. Missed. She's got a picture of my arm.
Yeah, well, they go to use those bags.
You still after that one? Yeah, sorry. Hold it still for them. You're done.
The only one left. Oh, you're just going back outside. Oh, I know she gets all the
Yeah.
did you just lick you?
Dropping his tongue round straight, get his teeth onto it, grate it. He's on your back, he's wanting off. Oh, I'm gonna lift you, hey? Yeah.
Beautiful, aren't they?
That's it. Pull. Ooh.
They're really hard, strong, aren't they?
Yeah. Surprisingly.
Strong and gentle.
When I was and belly ones, I even bought one of his Willie. The net one. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool, wasn't it?
When he pulled in here, I
I
thought,
told you, once the food's gone,
Yeah, so are they.
Not interested no more.
Nice.
What is that that they use?
she says actually.
So this is winner.
Okay.
Horse chestnut, sweet chestnut, oak,
Okay.
willow, so whatever happens out there, I got
Change the battery van and get back into it again. It's been going for just over an hour.
1.5 scoops. 2 scoops.
AM lunch and PM. That's mulch.
I said it's just chopped up alfalfa, isn't it? Yeah, I'm expecting now. I have to put jacket back on to get elephants and freezing.
Weird.
and they fill all that, I don't have the rest, but those are full like that every day. So it's
Loads of money.
yeah, imagine how much it costs you when you buy how much it costs to look after a horse. So imagine. And then of course these guys, as it starts getting colder, they then start coming in, so the heating bill is about over £1,000 a month. But these guys, they're budgeted for 2,000 a month this year because it's good.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
They have got solar up there. Yeah, they have got solar. The trouble is because you advertise, because we're open in winter time, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we advertise jobs, you have to have the doors open. But then you have to have the heating on full blast, so that
It's wasted,
so
yeah.
the heating just goes straight out.
Wouldn't be able to store it, don't you, in the summer to just...
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to have something a bit more established next time. It's warmer, and we've got about 25,
That's it, 6.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You're proper Nessie, aren't you?
major reinvestment, or they close the place right here. And I don't think the Duke wants to do that because he gets very concerned about where they're going to Yeah, I mean, I said, we're lucky because we're surrounded by 3,000
Giraffe, isn't it? Elephant experience.
Probably about 2 hours ago to the forest to do. So that will be consumed this evening, tonight. Along with all your horse food. Right, so we need to get back and we're going to try and find, we're going to go and try and find an elephant now.
Aye.
Whole point of the day. Yes.
Well, that wasn't too bad, was it?
Oh, all
It was
right.
fantastic, actually. I loved
Yeah.
it.
There you go. Wash your hands.
The elephant, the giraffe,
Oh,
really pulled. Big one.
Have a nice summer. Have an ice cream as well.
I had a jacket potato, you had fish and chips, didn't you?
Oh, fish and chips sounds nice.
making me hungry now.
And a drink.
You've got to tote it up there, make sure it's just over 20. Yeah, you have it. Very nice cream. Fish and chips and
It cost us 50 quid. We're going to spend that tenner.
We was only 50p short, then I'd spent £1.50 or whatever to get a bag of crisps. How much is for a bag of crisps? £1 something, no, about £1.10, £1.21. I think we were 50 something under the 20, and she said, we can't take it unless you spend the 20. I just got some crisps for you on the way out. She had to add it because you're going along, make sure you're over 20.
Any opening everyone in the city, that might be the driving and feeding the animals.
Yeah, I expected that a lot. Bonus for the day, wasn't it?
Hopefully.
Stop.
Yeah, that's what they don't come out there. They're all creatures that make up their own mind, aren't they? I like them too, but if they don't, then just the other lot walking around. They didn't get to do the giraffes, did they?
They do the giraffes.
They might have done a different way around.
Tell them.
I thought they saw them.
I did, yeah. You think they did the giraffes?
They might have done it at different times.
Hmm?
Maybe showing out by the lions. I don't know. Better not say anyway.
Should be there on time, shouldn't they? A black squirrel again.
We always said that. I've never seen a black
No,
squirrel.
that's the second one we've seen.
Right.
Yeah, following behind us.
It's pleasant.
Looking up for a roadie. Liquid? No, he barely drunk anything. I know, but he's supposed to. That could be partly why he feels crap.
Going off the road.
They're fine at roadies.
Well, I'm hoping they're up here somewhere. Just gotta keep out my legs still.
It's not as if they're going to be tiny. Yeah, I saw them.
That's happened when I've been drinking crazy. Drinking the old bottle.
Jeez, look at that one.
Wow.
Where's that one?
I feel like that. We'll leave it for a bit. Are they? Is it a mug chat?
What?
Little tiny, like, I think it's mug chat. They look like really miniature reindeer kind of thing.
They're called mug cats. I think the red one's a bit like in here. Oh, I didn't think the elephants were in this picture. Where? Oh, wow. See it? How the man's with it?
Elefantita.
Off your board.
That's a dream.
Okay, so basically guys, you can leave all the stuff you don't need in here. That's not a problem because I'm not sure how far you'll be walking. You might not be walking very far. You might be walking quite far. Just depends on the elephants basically and the keepers. Obviously bring your mobiles and your cameras out. And then if you want sort of a group photograph, like with a pair of you, then you just give the camera to or your mobile to Harvey,
And I get
He's
the
better in
jacket out
technology than
there.
I am. I'm one of the old boys, you see.
You want the jacket?
And then just basically just listen to what the keep house will tell you, and then you can do what you can't do, okay? Because they are gender judged, but there's no barrier between you and the elephants.
That's the whole point.
You just have to listen in, okay? You want to watch your heads again? They're actually really good today. Let me just put the heads here, okay?
Ah, that's the two late people.
Guys, remember, remember there's a lot of branches, so when you walk through, just be careful, don't you? All everything you do, how they do the first thing comes out.
Had a nice day?
Oh, wicked.
It's a good day for the weather, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've done well. Hello, afternoon everyone.
Hi there.
So my name's Max and this is Matt here. We are two elephant keepers here at WOBURN. Give you a little rundown of what we're going to do today. Well, this is Zin, so what we're going to do is we're going to get pictures with Zin first, and then she can go do whatever she pleases. She's got loads of food, so she's more than happy to be there. We do try to keep them as quick as possible because we don't want her to sort of get a bit restless at the amount of pictures we're taking. But we'll get you pictures. You can have a quick look over them. If you're happy, then we'll go on to the next one, and then if not, you can come back in and get your pictures again. But then after and then we'll speak about you Zin for a bit, and then we'll head down and go find the rest of them. I don't really know where they've gone, but we'll go and find them. So yeah. So who wants to go first with the pictures? You'll all get a chance. You can all... I can do. So what I need you to do is you go nice and wide, and you come in alongside that, and then
That's one of my phone and something else.
you guys can all move up to me. You're all fine. Just go closer.
So you can stand right one foot, you can give her an arm pat.
To Rhino Patrol, Is it okay to come from leisure to base in open top mower?
The girls in it. Right. Take a load for you. Yeah, I've got those.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. The same again, if you just go nice and wide. It's because she might be a bit intrusive about her trunk. She might want to say hello, and that's all it is. Yeah, dusting.
Is any of me straight?
Yeah. Same again, if you just go out nice and wide.
Yeah.
Matt, show.
Oh, there's this.
Same as the others, can give her a pat if you want. Mind out for that.
Yes, you'll
Oh, look, it's mouth.
Who's next? You can have group pictures still if you like, if there's more, if you're in more than one. Yeah?
Together. Can we?
You just want to get another pat, don't you? That's all right.
Very dusty, but lovely.
Here you go, come along with me. Stand here.
Should we have one together too?
Seems to be stepping slightly left at the time.
Fine, as long as she's getting fed. That's all we need to make it quick, so in
Yeah,
case we run
that's
out.
what I was going to say.
Perfect.
Yeah, they play.
Perfect. So again, if you just go nice and wide, then Matt will say.
Yeah, if you come in line with me, you can stand right where I'm stood. Give a nice tap there for me. Mind out for that ear.
Sneak round with her.
I did forget to mention Matt does have to be in the picture for health and safety reasons. I do apologise. Yeah, of course. Yeah. No wonder he volunteers every day.
One of mine.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Don't have a stroke.
ooh. Click it. Hey.
Good. Goes in him.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, missed it. Okay. Quick. Yeah. Ow. Oh, that's a nice nickel down my leg.
Sorry about the nettles, it's the best we could do, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Come in line and hit the stand.
Your phone off the
Right there for me.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Mine up for you.
It could have been an octopus, couldn't it? Another one bit left in the background. Then. That was mine. Oh. In between us. There it is. Cross it.
Taking loads.
Oh dear. Wait, tell one. What about the elephant? Posing. Ooh, that's a proper nickel.
I just don't like her taking my photos. It's really bad at taking photos. Yeah, her mum photos. Trust me.
Using Zinny.
Oh, I just want to wrap my arms around it. I think it hurt me.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, stand there for me. Have a nice pat.
Johnny's 3 years older than me.
Ready.
Oh my god. They feel lovely as well.
Yeah, that you go do.
Come on, have a touch. You've not had it on your own
That's fine,
yet.
that's fine.
Having a phone with you, yeah. Go on. Feels so nice.
I might stand further towards me.
Go on.
Stand in line with the
Yeah, you just need to move the rocks by the waterfall, which is spraying water, it's leaking out into the enclosure.
Flies. All the flies that are around
okay.
there, that's what it would be.
I didn't think she'd feel them so much, would you?
Oh yeah, it's all the hairs that you've actually got on the outside. She's really hairy, do you not notice when you were stroking her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Right.
Quickly have one.
Yeah, of course. Have we got the pellets still, Matt?
You're going to get one.
This one.
No, I don't
Of
know.
course.
We'll get mine.
Nice. It's fine. Running out of pellets.
walk away.
Got it.
Once they're gone, most of the time Zinny's gone. Same again, guys. Down there. Keep the button down.
Oh, I see.
They got a few.
Go on. You've not had one yet.
I got one with you.
He's not had one yet.
Oh God! I'll go on then. Deal. It's all right.
That's all right.
Women.
Stand again, buddy. Just there.
Just. Ooh, oh, nice and warm.
Look, go, he's in.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'll push you too far. Eh? You've had one. There you. Cheers, Gil.
Everyone happy? Yeah? Right, so I'll tell you about Yuzin. So this is Yuzin, if you haven't already heard me say. She is 43 years old, we think. So to give a bit of context to that, when she was born as a logging elephant out in Burma, which went carry all the trees for the farmers and all that. So there's no record of her birth, but from studying her earliest records and sort of putting her up with other elephants of similar age, we guess that she's about 43. We're fairly sure we're quite accurate with that. And she arrived here in 2010 from a zoo in the Netherlands called Emmen Zoo. She was brought in to help us, help Damini, who we'll go see later, raise Tali, because Damini had never had any kids before, and often with elephants they have no idea what they are as soon as it comes out of them, if you will.
Checking it.
So
Sorting it out.
Yuzin has got many kids all
she
around the
don't want.
world, so she's used to having a little child running around, so that's why she was originally brought in. Yuzin is, obviously she's 43, so it's safe to say she's just enjoying her retirement out here. So she has all of her food cut separately, because she only has, so elephants have 6 sets of teeth across their lifetime. They'll have 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and as they sort of erode and corrode away, the new ones will push through. But at the with Yuzin now, she only has 2 left on the top and none growing through. So it's very hard for her to eat food properly and digest it. So often with her poo that comes out, there's still almost full oranges if she eats an orange. She doesn't digest it. So she gets full of food, chopped, boiled, cut, all fine. So she is very spoiled here. Half of our prep is for the 3 elephants and the other half is just for this one here. So yeah.
Now, one of the things you might notice as well when you go see the others is that she looks a little bit different. Like, we can, obviously, we work with them, so we can tell their facial features apart. But when you go see the others, because they're from a different part of India, so Yuzin's actually a Burmese elephant, whereas the others are Indian, you actually see that she's actually quite small for an elephant. Quite small, you see her, she's a lot more plump, stout. No, then you back up. You know you're not allowed down there. Come on.
Come say hi.
Yeah, she always wants to go see the people afterwards, and she knows she's not allowed.
Oh, I love her, leave her.
Oh, move up. Good girl.
They've all come to see me. To see what we've got.
Good girl.
Also, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
How old? She's 43 now.
43, yeah.
How long has she got?
So with elephants, they can live up to about 75 years old.
Oh, she's got a long retirement then.
Yeah, no, but they're doing it. It's often to do with their teeth. That's the thing. If they have their teeth for the majority of their life, then they can eat lots of food, so they'll last for longer. And then if they lose their teeth, then they obviously won't last as long. But she'll do well. She's doing really well at 43. I mean, we hope for every winter. We hope to get through. So you're sort of looking at about 55, 60 is sort of like the normal age for elephants. We'll walk around.
Humans, isn't it? Some people live longer than others.
Yeah.
So there are another 3 around here somewhere. Something like Where's Waldo, trying to find them.
I wouldn't think you could loosen it that big.
Waldo? I meant Wallace.
Yeah, Wallace.
The American version. Oh shit.
Yeah, that's a big poo.
That smell.
You want me to take home as a souvenir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would actually.
You could say that a lot. They're expensive, lots of food.
I think he was talking about the poo.
Talking about the elephant.
No.
Why do they want to make that?
Yeah, I don't think it fit in car. Took a while to get home.
This area is
Stopping at every
called Sandy Lane, so it's part of the grounds here at WOBURN. I don't know if you can see the wall just over there. The big wall that surrounds all of the estates that we have here, which is where we're allowed to walk our elephants. We have various different places, some that are closer to where the paddock, you might have seen them earlier today as you were coming round. We have one the other side called Heathfield, which is a lot easier for us to have access to them. And then we have the Evergreens and then Sandy Lane, this one. And they're all just foresty areas that they can walk around and just eat as they please. You stop there, we don't want to get too close to there.
Do they live out all year then, or do they come in the winter?
So they'll stay out longer during the summer, but they'll always come in overnight.
Are they always
every
coming
night?
overnight?
Every night, yeah. hopefully soon we are working on giving them 24-hour access, so overnight they'll have a little area that they can go out to. But right now they do come in. At the moment we're bringing them in at about 5-ish, and they'll be out from about 8:30, 9. And we have lots of rotations, so we have 3 paddocks that they'll be out during the day until we take them for their walk. So we'll take them, or we'll move them around throughout the day, so they've got lots of grass and different areas they can eat. So right now she's looking for the rest of them. That's what she's doing. They don't like to be apart when it comes for too long. And one of the big safety precautions we need to make sure we do here today, but I'll keep on top of that, is we don't want to be between them all, because often if one of them gets spooked, they'll always run towards each other and sort of meet in the middle. But they should be fine, but we'll stick to the outskirts. And we can't get as close to the other ones as we can with these in, which is a bit unfortunate because she's a lot more used to humans than the rest of them are. So I assume the rest of them will be round this corner as we go around. Yeah, so they have better hearing than us. Their vision isn't quite as good, but their hearing is really good, so they can probably communicate when we can't hear it.
That's so nice to touch it.
As far as I'm warm, it felt soft and warm.
Yeah.
I was expecting it's like a leathery skin.
I was expecting leathery skin as well.
Yeah.
It's now Legoland.
Yeah.
And it's they get our kids together every weekend and we have to play the clown and stuff ride on them.
Really?
Yeah, and them days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's do that as well.
You can see now it's cool to me, but you know, you can
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Every time I go to take a picture of them eating that tree,
Yeah,
she
they're quick.
goes,
You've got to be ready.
Yeah.
The rest of them I assume will be settled around here, so we might be able to get some good. I imagine they'll be just round the corner here, so you'll be right.
Yeah,
but
we don't want you walking too far back, do you?
it's not for you, it's for him. He's the lazy one. Bob moaning about having to walk too fast and bringing the cars up. Should be here. Are they around there? Oh, follow you in, wherever she goes. Sorry? Oh yeah, they have their areas they like, they have their trees they like, so when we bring them out they sort of always follow the same sort of path. But they can go where they like, the majority. There's a few trees and a few areas we don't allow them to go to.
They choose.
Yeah, we go where they want to go. There's bison just over there, you might see them as you're driving in, and the camels, so that's up here, so that's, we don't let them go up there. But they just at the top of the hill. So they're suckers for long grass.
Lose an elephant on 500 acres.
But yeah, it happens a lot more than it should. I can only see 3, where's the other one? That's so often what we say. No, I'm saying that's what we would say a lot. Sorry. That's what we would say a lot. You say they're up around there?
I'm thinking I know they're big, but I can't see them.
They blend in really well, a lot better than you think. It's because all the bark is a similar colour.
Walked up, went through, she's like, oh, sit myself.
How long have you worked with them?
So, me personally, I did a placement year whilst at uni.
Okay.
So then I did a whole year and then went back, finished my degree, and then I came back this most recent November, so what is that? Maybe 18 months-ish,
Okay.
maybe. The rest of them are up here, so if we go round to the left, like we don't want to get between them, like I said. So they're just up here. Matt said this, so don't blame me if they're not. I can't see him yet. Oh, I can see him now. Yeah. Sorry about the stinging nettles. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
You can, dear. You can. Just, yeah. There you go.
What's that thing, your legs?
It's alright, it's fine. Matter. There you go. A little puff to the right there.
Did they get your legs?
A little bit.
I can't see the other ones.
Me neither. Ah, there they are. Up on the hill.
They definitely wouldn't. They're so content out here. They just do what they please. There's no one to listen to, no one to do anything. They just eat, really. Dust themselves occasionally. And then they'll stay out here for 3 hours or so, 3 or 4 hours.
So you're out here with them, or?
Yeah, there are a few more keepers up there. Right. So yeah, we stay out here with them the whole time.
I see you always wear the elephant sign.
Yeah, but we follow them.
Connect them in later.
We'll find a nice comfy seat, and when it gets to the point where they're a bit too far away, then we're like, we'll go find another comfy seat closer to where they are. That's pretty much how it goes. We will, once Zinny moves on a bit, we will move up a little bit. So I'll start telling you about the rest of them. So we've got the other three, so obviously we've got Yuzin, and the other three we've got Damini, Chandrika and Tali. So Chandrika is the matriarch's herd. She's 30 years old, and contrary to many beliefs, it's not actually about the oldest or the wisest or anything like that. It's just sort of about the social ranking between the groups. So they'll often, when a group comes together, they'll establish it fairly early on through sort of dominance, and it can include a bit of fighting between the elephants, which isn't nice to see or hear. But and then so she's a matriarch. So if there's ever any issues or any sort of problems, they get spooked by anything. I've seen them be spooked by a black plastic bag before, let alone anything else. Thunder's another big one that they really don't like. They'll all run together, and she'll be the one that will be comforting all of them. They like to stick their trunks in each other's ears, in their mouths. That's sort of their way of saying, "Are you all right?" So she's 30. She arrived in 1997. We'll take a few more steps up, alongside Damini and our male Raja, who I'll speak to you about in a minute. So so you got picked up on Elephant Meadow, am I right in thinking that? Yeah. So did you see the crates there? There was little crates behind the stands, the car park side. Maybe keep an eye out on your way out. They're the exact crates that they actually arrived in. Okay. So they are absolutely tiny. I mean, they're like this big, like that, to the ground. And maybe that far. It's crazy to think about that they once that small. So, yeah. So that's Chandrika there, the closest one that you can see the trunk eating all the long grass. Damini's the one behind her. So Damini's mother to Tali, which is the one that has the little tushes that you can see up there. Yeah. That's the baby, Tali. I say baby, she's 8, almost 8, sorry. But there we go. So Damini is mother to Tali. Raja, our male, is also the father. And Damini also arrived here in 1997. They arrived from a conservation site in Thailand. And her role is simply just to look after Tali, make sure she's safe, make sure she's fine. What often happens if they get a bit distracted whilst they're eating and they wander away from each other too much, they'll sort of shriek in the air like, "Where are you?" and then run back to each other, which is quite cute to see. And then we have Tali, our smallest one, which is the one there. She's the most distinctible by she has a little tushes poking out of her mouth. So with the males, I don't know if you've seen Raja today yet, our big male with the huge impressive tusks. But with female Asian elephants, they don't actually have the big tusks. They have a smaller piece of ivory called tushes. They operate in the same way. They use as a sort of defense mechanism. They use them to debark logs and trees and all that. And interesting enough, they actually use it to hold trees. So it's quite interesting when they rip a tree down, they'll often rest it in there and sort of, I'll store it for later. It's like a crumb getting stuck in a beard or something like that. That's the way I always imagine it. But, so she's got her little tushes. She was born here, so she'll be 8 in September. She is a pride and joy of WOBURN here, pretty much. She had a scare when she was younger about elephant herpes virus. So there was lots of overnight care for a long, long time because it's very, very faithful. I'm sure you've heard of Jersey forest elephants, but I think it's around sort of 95% faithful in elephants. So it's very, very impressive that it's doing so well now. It's completely fine. We still take bloods from elephants now, send them off to vets, make sure that they're all feeling all right, and yeah. So much to remember. Yeah, people say that a lot. I always say it's great during the summer, but when it's the winter, I had a really bad day last week when it was absolutely pouring it down and I was just drenched through it. It was like, oh, today was one of those days where you really question what you were doing. And then the next day was beautiful sunshine. Well, they actually quite like it when it's really muddy and then get all, they like to lie down in the muck and roll around in it and throw it on themselves, which is always wonderful when we're with the next one and we get covered in it falling off them. So every day.
People trying to scale the wall?
We often see people walking through it because there is a public footpath that goes right round, which is a pain in our arse, to be fair, with all the random people walking around wanting to stand there and look at the elephant.
Oh, is that why you have to be with them all the time?
That's one of the reasons. Well, our method of housing these elephants is called free contact. So it's just how it goes. We're in with them, we walk them, we wash them every single day. Whereas other methods like our male, so if you'll see, we don't go in with him.
So he's not here, he's something completely different?
No, he isn't here. This is all just our females here. He's right next to the elephant house. You'll see him, if you haven't already, you must have seen him. Or you might.
He's got a big long tusk.
Yeah, big long tusk.
We went past.
Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Quite quickly, so I need to go to you guys. Yeah.
No,
I might be nice and slow
a little look. Yeah. So he's in protected contact with us. We can't go with him because with males they're just a lot more aggressive after they get to a certain age. Whereas the females, they're all used to us now. And they've been in free contact for years and years. They've been here 25 years or so now.
So he doesn't get to go out wandering around like this?
No, he has his big paddock out there that he has access to.
What, and then he just goes with them when they're in season?
No, we aren't breeding at the moment. No. The females are on a breeding program, so maybe one day in the future they might breed again. But there's a surplus of males, so if we could guarantee a female, it might be a different story. But in captivity, there's a massive surplus of males that you can't house. So it's a tricky one.
Yeah, so they have the same sense over the lines. Remember, so you've got 10 lines, which are the males, so you just can't determine those two and
It's a long gestation period. So, I think it's between 2 and 3 years. This is Damini here. This is the mother. Probably all look the same.
They do, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what the other ones are.
Yeah.
So the wall still got 7 coming, please.
So how many of you?
There's 4 of us here at the moment. We like to have it 5 per day. 5 is great. Yeah, so we have 1-to-1 and then one person out in front whilst we're walking. That's the best sort of group we can have. Whilst holidays a thing, isn't it? So. Proper posing here. Oh no, definitely not. Definitely not. I also find it weird how they'll go to different areas for the exact same food. Like up at the top, there's loads up there, but why do they like this bit so much more? They are very picky eaters as well, which you wouldn't think. There's certain trees that they won't like. So one of the jobs we do during the day is we'll come out into the forest out here and we'll cut down some of the trees, some of the branches off the trees, and then we'll put it up inside the house for them overnight, sort of food overnight. And there's some trees that they'll eat, and there's some that they won't, which is a pain. But there's also some of the trees that they won't eat that we put in overnight. They'll eat out here when they're out here, so they're very, very picky. But most of their food is just any fruit and veg you can think of, and then hay, and then browse and grass that they'll have out here.
Did you each have your own winter
No, we all sort of rotate around each elephant because we don't want to. We want everyone to keep. Yeah, exactly. We want everyone to have a good relationship with all of the elephants. Well,
don't feel scared about it if you don't mind.
She's just being nosy. No, she's being a bit nosy. If you just come round to my right hand side, you're going to be more than fine, but if you just come round here. So. Yeah, so this side of me, sorry. Yeah. She's just being nosy. I'll take the front of it. Oh, we spend time, our whole day is about them. Yeah. Especially rubbing them.
Sticking like this now.
The last few nights we haven't left late because he won't come in because he's being grumpy. Yeah. At the moment we are working on that. I think I said to someone else. We're working on it. Access overnight. They're expensive and they take a bit of time to do. Every gate has to be triple locked. Double padlocked. Triple check. Oh, they're very, very clever. They're very, very clever. They say they have the same sort of brain capacity of about an 8-year-old. So half of the issue with these is finding enrichment for them overnight. So balls, toys, tyres, anything like that. Because they're so smart, if you make it too easy for them, they'll figure it out so quickly and they'll be like, right, bored, what's next? And if you make it too hard. Yeah, we have loads of those. Yeah, we have big versions of those. We have tiny versions of those. And then if it's too hard, they'll be like, no, I don't want to do it. It's frustrating.
Strips loads.
Pretty much.
Strips loads of little bits, and then gives it a bit of a wipe and sticks it in gum.
So their trunk is obviously the most distinguishable feature of an elephant. With these Asian elephants here, they have a little finger at the bottom of it. It's called a prehensile finger. And it's sort of, if you see when they're picking up the grass, they're wrapping it round and grabbing it with the finger. That's sort of their way of gathering it. So with the difference with these and Africans actually have two. So if you ever see a video of an African, they grab, whereas with Asians, they sort of wrap around and then pick up. Yeah, that's if they have like a little triangle, that's their finger. Yeah. So Africans are a good chunk bigger, yeah. The easiest way to tell the difference is the Asians have small ears, and the Africans have big, massive ears. And female and male Africans can get the big, impressive tusks, whereas these get the smaller tushes. But they fall out over time, so Damini used to have tushes. Right, we're going to have to back up a few. She's just being nosy. Just take a few steps back. We must be near the nice grass. All the negatives is you get stung and you get bit a lot. So our day is from 7:30 in the morning until 5:45 in the morning. So we'll spend the first sort of 2 hours of the morning with them, then we'll send them out into the paddock, and then we'll spend like doing this for the last 3-4 hours. I think that it's the most, I think because the COVID year we stopped doing it. I think it's almost fully booked until the beginning of next year. I believe. I think it was the rebooking of everyone, yeah.
Bucket of nuts. Beautiful. Made.
Really just recently started doing them this year.
The one with the fishes?
Really?
Yeah, on a day like this, it's a lovely job. I should
Wow,
feel pretty shit.
I
It's
was
pissing
the
with
only
rain
bit
all
that
day long and you've got to stand
booked
with
years and years ago, but they're now really
Yeah.
to get
Have you had enough grass yet? Find that old goat, get it across.
Do you understand that elephants like me?
Catch your horse and then mine won't come in. Come on, you bloody thing.
It's just one, so you're the only group. Yeah. 3 till 4. Oh yeah, no. You just bring one group out, but you can stay with about an hour or so, and then we stay out here for another hour or so as well, just then with them chilling, and then we start walking them back. I think they have an internal clock as well. They always start to get to the point where
People
they're
lucky
like,
and saying, what in here?
ready to go now.
Bloody I'm seeing this now. Charlie would go, bloody hell. I don't think you have though, have you?
This is quite rare. I think there's only 3 collections of elephants that you can still do this sort of thing. They don't do this experience. You don't walk with the elephant.
What's the pictures he took of you?
I think one of them's a private one as well. I think the other one's
It's good just around you.
Colchester.
That is a lovely picture.
Well, this is the only experience you can do where you walk with them. I think Colchester let you feed them to a bar, but they're the only other ones where the people are allowed in with the elephant. Alongside us. Oh yeah?
What you doing? You should just, yeah, I don't know. Just like it's
It
back
won't be
now,
a thing
doesn't
for
it?
much longer. I think by 2030 I'd be surprised if we're still allowed with them, yeah.
What's it like?
Yeah.
Just alter the colour.
Expensive zoos, expensive for them. Oh yeah. The elephants are the most expensive one. I remember. I think it's like 700,000 per elephant per year just for two. Yeah.
200,000 per elephant per year for food.
It's just the sheer amount of it. Every week we get 40 bags of carrots, 5 crates of apples, 3 crates of bananas, crates and crates of beetroot and sweet. Yeah. Yeah. Can you imagine if we didn't have this? It'd be so much more. Yeah. So that's what the pellets are that we've been earlier actually. They're just condensed grass basically. That's what it is. And then we have hay as well, the general stuff. So
That's better going spiral in because we've got to go up to them all,
bits
haven't we?
that are taken away from the supermarket because they're not fit for humans. It's still completely fine. I've eaten them many a time, especially when I'm starving. I want to go through the diet, yeah. But they're just, have one little thing on it.
You can big poo
The
that
size of
one.
their food is crazy.
Does bad.
So yeah, they're definitely they do that to get their flies and cool down
Oh,
as
that's a
well.
good picture. You have to send me that.
Really strange, by the way. Yeah, so we have a pressure washer. So we'll wash them all.
It's just like some cats do when their tails touch.
Oh god, no, their skin is so thick. And with these, because it's free contact, we can wash them arms with them. So we say, because obviously they're a lot bigger than us, so if we say put, they'll lift their foot up so we can wash under their feet. So if they're walking out here, we just stuff they can step on out here, make sure they're nice and clean. We also ask them to lie down, they'll lie down, and then we can wash the top of their back that we wouldn't be able to get to. They give us their ear, they give us their trunk. All for us up. Yeah.
You take the job, don't you?
Yeah. No, they're usually really good. If they're not in the mood, then they don't do it, and that's it. They're lots of good at doing everything anyway. We also do nail care on them as well. Foot care, sorry. It's very similar to like a farrier would with a horse. So we're just trimming them now because their pads actually are constantly growing, they never stop. So we need to make sure we keep trimming them back. And then also we trim their nails as well.
What do you usually obviously in the wild and obviously that's growing in our is there a certain thing that you yourself?
Yeah, I guess it's just constantly wearing it away. But they'd have harder surfaces out than they would usually during the summer. During the winter it's all mucky and mounty, it can be quite horrible. Yeah, sort of jiggle and wiggle.
If you get on a fly, you won't get that, will you?
He's usually the most nosy.
I'm surprised Charlie has been so people now, we've taken no pictures of my life.
What do you mean? Like how they look different to me? It's just time. When I first joined, I couldn't tell the difference between them at all.
I've got both to do.
But now it's I could spot them from a mile away which one's which. Yeah, yeah. No, I struggled at first as well when I first started. I remember being quizzed my first 2 years ago. But now it's just super easy. Yeah, exactly. Like if you had twins, I'm sure after 10 times you can know which one's one, yeah.
Natasha would hate me.
That's what we should like to do.
No, that's what I started off as. Yeah. So I started to do my, I was doing a degree in animation welfare. I always wanted to be a zookeeper of sorts, but I didn't actually know. I didn't not like elephants. They were just elephants. This was way before I started here, obviously. And that's what really changed it for me. I was always fascinated by them. As soon as I started here,
I did it when I
and so I did a 9 months here. Maybe just had a few weeks where I was out. And that was all free. And then went back in did max up my own job. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Aye.
It was born on the 272, I can't remember where it was. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, well, they don't do it when they're out here really. Maybe every now and then it's sort of like a gesture of hello and stuff, but that's just the way that they have always done it. It's sort of the way that they all keep going together. It's just, I don't know, it's just what they used to do. It keeps them in line as well, make sure that what it's like. Yeah. It keeps them concentrated as well, like doesn't look space yeah, it's pheasant, it'll be all different things. The little streaks are all the pheasants. There's deer out here, there's pheasants, there's loads.
So tiny.
Muntjacks as well. Like a little tiny muntjack.
Tiny miniature reindeer. Like that tall.
Alright.
Oh yeah. We have to try and spot birds first. Just like the wild ones calm down. Interesting that elephants, if they actually get nervous or excited, which is quite interesting. So first of all they'll roar, so not when you think of elephant trumpets, don't you see many movies and stuff, but they actually have a really loud roar. It's really like
blending into trees, you know.
So that's only when they're spooked or anything like that. But it is really, really loud, isn't it?
very technical.
It's just the unknown. Like, what is that? Is sort of the reaction.
I look like they're hiding behind a tree.
Going through the wind next to them, they just start ran together, weeing and pooing and shrieking. Yeah, it's quite funny. Sort of, what's been with their legs like that?
The mud falls off of them. Sound like me and the horse.
I don't like that one up there, I like this one. Yeah, and we don't come out here for a week, it's come up to like a metre almost. It's crazy to think.
It's seized up there.
And during the tour, so we took the elephant man on this really stand. I want to go out there and sort of what I go to like in the section, and at the end, we can just walk around and we can do this section. And after going to that, that's one of the things.
Staring at you, Trey.
Oh no. Probably something on there, something on there.
Quite an intense day there at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's a lot slower than the rest of them. Yeah. Well, it interesting, she actually has a lighter face, obviously because she's been dusting herself with the darker now.
Eat whilst they're walking.
That's She's the only elephant I'm allowed to walk with at the moment because I'm the lead house to her. So she's sort of mine at the moment. She's a pain. She got quite ill. She's got really bad. And she's now decided that she's smoked. So whenever she goes through it, she's all the phlegm blends up and she's whacked her front and covers me.
I love our view. I love our view.
It's worse when she stuffs herself and then does it so it's muddy. And that's,
Is she by the ball? Yeah. If I'll show you then, somebody stared at me for ages.
sickly as well.
Coming over really.
You guys just come back round here and join the group as well. Just being nosy.
Who's that?
They're quite obedient, aren't they?
It's food. It's just a food. It's like a dog. You have a sausage in front of your dog. You tell it to sit, it will sit straight away, won't it?
They've got a lot of food, haven't they?
Full of food.
That's how you watch on the telly at Chessington, isn't it?
are just grass, but for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, they love them. Banana's definitely their favourite, but it's the most fattening. Definitely.
We should just pull that bit out, ew. Disgusting.
We are about out of time.
Flies by, doesn't it?
It does go quick.
Any last questions, guys? I'm afraid you're almost out of time. Flies by.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed questions. We all know everything about elephants now.
Aye. Got big ears and a trunk and grey.
Lovely.
See, that's about the long and short of it.
I reckon it's probably about a ton of poo a day. Electric.
And that's why I'm not a keeper.
It's only 2 a day.
You have to skip your fields a lot.
So yeah, every now and then. Some company that has
As bad as you.
Yeah, exactly.
They are lovely though, aren't they?
No, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed today.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of it.
When you say thank you, does that mean they've got to go now?
Well, it was Harvey. It's usually you, Bob. Like, you got distracted, didn't you, Bob? You didn't know what the time was.
Yeah, the trouble is when he starts doing all this sort of stuff, you know.
You always blame someone else, but it's usually it.
It's not his fault.
It's not my fault.
Yeah. Okay, guys, did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nowhere else, right? Have you told me that? Nowhere else.
Nowhere else, no.
Can't do this anywhere else in Europe.
It's the only place you can touch an elephant.
All those cars down the other side of the wall have no idea there's an elephant just in the front.
Sometimes when there's a dip in the wall, you can see the car slow down and their face goes like that. It's quite funny to
Well, if
see.
you're up there, you can see them.
Yeah, it's when we go to the lake, they often
Oh, the
see.
lake, yeah. Which is
All the people
miles
double
of it
taking,
upside.
they sort of like, is that an elephant?
Anyway, right
Can we
then.
get you loaded back up and
I'm
head back?
Do you know what? I'm just wondering whether I might go up that way. Yeah, I'm walking my dog around here actually, so that's why I know my way
We can go up that way, can't we?
No, health and safety.
Did you hear what he said? They've been giving him the poo.
It's not moving at the moment,
They've
actually.
approached him to make poo paper.
Pool paper.
Yeah.
Not log roll.
Actually,
Oh, look at that. So it just seems so weird that you're standing there and they've got don't want to attack you or anything. We need to do a safari now.
That's your lot, mate.
No, I don't want to do the camping.
Yeah, what when you see the first thing getting eaten, that won't be good.
No, I won't like that.
No.
Oh, you want the real excitement of a real chance of getting killed?
I can't remember where it is. We can actually camp with the elephants. I saw it. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, I've seen that. There was a programme where the elephants walk through the hotel every day.
Yeah.
Oh, how cool would that be?
You can actually camp with them as well. So they wake up in the morning, they're outside your tent. Yeah. Oh, imagine that.
Just stay outside. Just tell you with a cow, isn't it?
I'm going to sleep with the elephants, mate.
so we don't get stuck, eh?
I'll be in the barn. See you later.
Hold on, tap in, Bumpy.
I can't remember where it is though. I saw it on Facebook.
Just battered everywhere,
Just so gentle and lovely, aren't they?
There's a bit of signal, I haven't had signal all day.
Whoops. No, what's the first double?
Past your time, it's 7 minutes past 4. We did the giraffes. I thought they did the giraffes.
I was crying as I finished it. I was there.
Did they do the giraffes?
No, we didn't want to upset.
Oh no, I didn't say.
No, we didn't either.
I didn't think I was so strong and you pulled me.
That was worth the money, wasn't it? That's good.
You could never do it anywhere else, could you?
No.
It's brilliant. You never ever, you know.
That's what that guy in there was saying.
not be able to do it anywhere.
And it must cost a lot, you know, there's what, 1-to-1 with his keepers, isn't it? So the cost of that, plus an extra one, plus the 2 drivers.
So you reckon it's like 2030 they won't probably be zoos or anything?
They're going to try and reduce it back to like little environments, aren't they? I heard that somewhere. They weren't going to import any more of them. They can't breed them very easily. It's a shame, isn't it?
come and see them.
No.
It doesn't come. It's not in their head to want to give to charity to help them.
No.
I think, is it? Because it's not something they're.
No, because it's like a childhood things. Like every time you think of London Zoo when you're a kid.
Yeah, and all those different things. Yeah. So
I remember standing there. I must have been about 5. Like I reached an apple and this chunk came over and stole my apple on that. I was like, oh.
I said that line enclosure's only just slightly smaller than London Zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one of my mates was saying he went to London Zoo after he went to one of the other ones. And so he got there and he said he couldn't believe just how small it was. So it's a tiny little thing.
We went there a few years back and it wasn't that great, was it? London Zoo. It's horrible, isn't it?
I've not been there since I was little, but I remember there were people walking around with monkeys.
Yeah, you used to like, you used to dress those little marmoset monkeys up, didn't you?
Yeah, or you could hold a snake.
Oh, we went to
we went to Arctic Lion. I had a nice snake to hold. She wouldn't come near.
I'm not scared.
And spiders.
No, I didn't touch the spider. I only touched the snake.
We went to Australia.
Elephants and tigers and lions and I love especially
Going back to the pen anyway. Walking back to the pen now anyway.
And then it weed on me.
Oh, that's an
I wonder where the pen is.
And then they said, "Oh, do you want to hold this snake?" And I was like, well,
I'd rather at
snake.
least it wouldn't pee on you.
Oh no, this snake. Yeah. I said, you have the head, I'll just have the tail.
That's what had a huge one, didn't it? Where it's hard.
The koala was lovely. Absolutely loved that. Until it went and weed on me. And do you know what? The smell doesn't come out of the phone. It doesn't rubbish down and take me out for a walk. Instead, you'll want to go miles away from it and then past it.
It's like they can walk the same path every day. It's like mine. I bring her in and she's fine. Because they're putting them in the summer house.
What is it again?
Right at the end of the
Roadies everywhere.
It's completely strange where it wasn't before.
So if we look after them, right, they could be look like that in the back garden. Well, maybe not. There'll be no back garden. Yeah.
This is only one small area.
That would be my dream job.
How long for? Until it got turned to winter and it's sleet and snow and just look at it.
I wear snowsuits and stuff. It'd be worth it.
very quickly, as I said, I would stop here. You may or may not know about herd structure, but this is Raja, and he's 28 years old. He's a mature bull, and when they reach maturity, they tend to drift away from the herd anyway. So that's one of the reasons why he's separated from the herd. So basically, the girls are going with him every now and again. It's not a good idea to put them together all the time. They're very much like us, you know. Once the ladies had enough of you, you get shunted back to your shed. You understand, don't you, ladies? Yeah. Secondly, because as a male, they can get aggressive, but without warning. Like most times, give you some sort of warning. You're talking about an elephant that weighs nearly 5,000 kilos. This is 3.2 thousand, so he's a lot heavier than we are. And if he got into a strop in an unsecure area like we've just seen the females, there's no point tranquilizing him. That takes about 15 minutes to work its magic. You literally have to have him put down. So for his own security's sake, it's safe to say he has to be put in a secure area. His area is about 5 times the recommended space, but unfortunately that is a downside. If you're going to have bull elephants in captivity, this is how it has to be done. But as you can see, he's not that bothered. I mean, even when the girls are next door, he's not that bothered. I mean, if he was, he'd be pacing down the fence line trying to get in to the girls. So, and of course, I don't know if what Max told you about the tusk, but certainly the males that grow the ivory with the Indian or Asian elephants, with the Africans, both males and females grow the tusk. Although you might have seen a little Charlie, a bit of tusk growing on in her, but that's about as much as they grow with the females. Okay. There we go. You know, Roger?
He's come out just to see what noise is about. You've not had many people come see you today, have you? Eh? Oh. Now then. Now then. You looking for a nosy? for a little look. What's that? Yeah, it's a weird thing. What is it?
It is a. Can't even say that. as there is goatee.
A goatee. I've never seen one before in my life. It looks like a cross between a rabbit and a squirrel.
Really?
Well, it looks more like a rabbit than a squirrel, but yeah, I'd say.
They look like pine cones on its back.
Oh, a rabbit and a porcupine then. Right, see you later, guys. I'm gonna go find penguins. Bye.
Oh, I thought you were going to do something exciting then. Yeah? We'll go off then.
Pretty awkward. Look at this neck, mate. That's what we are. Oh, fucking lock him out like this.
It looks like his head's stuck on like ours, but
Somebody stuck it on wrong. Well, it seems to be managing alright. You poor bugger.
that is unusual. It's going to a hammock.
Don't fault it, I wouldn't know if I were up there.
Right. I'll have to go and have a look at that. That was. Oh, no, it's carried on. Has he got anything else?
Yeah, I think so. Like a little rest there, I think. Can't see it now.
I think he's doing a little hut thing.
Melody elephant packed the trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she went with a choppity chomp, 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 chomp. Now Melody elephant